Hi, I'm Janine from Cornerstone. Welcome to Supernatural Sunday. In this episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to do a book review. We have with us Ghostly Tales of Musical Legends, Haunted Rock and Roll by Matthew L. Swayne. Let's take a look at the book. Okay, so first a little bit of disclosure. I bought this book on Amazon. It was about $17. Right now, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get it for free, and there's no better deal than free. Having said that, so how I found out about this book was on an episode of Spaced Out Radio. Now, if some of you don't know Spaced Out Radio, it's a evening show that talks about all things paranormal, UFO, cryptids, you name it, hosted Monday to Friday by Dave Scott with some guys coming in on the weekends to help him out. So, hey, if you haven't listened to the show, listen to the show, you might really enjoy it. He was really an entertaining guest on his show, so I thought, well, it's kind of neat, it's kind of an interesting topic, you know, rock and roll, ghosts, you know, stories that you hear all the time. So he says this is about live fast, die young, and leave a restless spirit, which is kind of a paraphrase from an old James Dean movie, although I think it was John Derek who actually said leave a beautiful corpse, or a pretty corpse. It says, since the beginning of the rock era, people knew there was something special, something supernatural about the music kids were calling rock and roll. It was different, it was infectious, it was dangerous. During the past few decades, rock's haunted history has definitely lived up to this early hype. You now have a backstage pass to rock's most haunted sites and visits with the members of its Haunted Hall of Fame. The ghosts of Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin are all waiting. Lots of newcomers are hanging out backstage too. Amy Winehouse and Kurt Cobain are on the ghostly guest list. And you can take a world tour of the creepy curses and coincidences of rock and roll. From Robert Johnson's deal with the devil at the crossroads to a party you might not want to join, the infamous 27 Club. So it's time to plug in, tune up, and shine the spotlight on music's most supernatural stage, haunted rock and roll. So, does it live up to that? Yeah, this was actually a pretty fun book. Nothing heavy about it at all. It's a really easy read, won't take you very long, it's not that thick. Little short stories. Some of it gets a little bit repetitive because some of the stars seem to have more than one story to tell. Don't worry, the neighbors are making a little noise, it happens. But overall, a really, really fun read. Like I said, I knew most of the people in the book that they were talking about. I know about the legend of Crossroads. If you don't, you can learn about it in this book, or you can look it up on YouTube. And of course, they talked about the 27 Club, which is the theory that a lot of the younger rock and roll stars sold their soul to the devil to become famous, and in return had to return their souls to him when they turned 27. So there's quite a few stars that did die at that age, and maybe a coincidence, or you know, maybe it's something more. So I really did enjoy the book. The only kind of criticism I had was there are some printing errors in this, so I don't know, maybe they can be fixed in future copies if Matthew was getting some more printed, because what happened is some paragraphs from previous pages mysteriously or ghostly appeared on some other pages, right? So it's a little bit crazy, but nothing really bad. So do we recommend it? Yes. Fun read, easy read. If you like rock and roll and you like a few ghost stories, pick up this book.